a little second to get there, but we're on it. If you missed the start, Fnatic handled KC's
Yeah, there's long tech pause. We got through.
unbridled aggression quite well. We come back in now.
Wait, they're going for the old school Marshall?
On that attacking side, KC gonna have to try and put up a defense with really.
Kind of haven't seen them with
combination.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them with many pistols.
They don't even have much utility to play with, no paranoia.
So
Okay,
4 rifles, 1 Marshall. They can have one person that
really are in
dies,
the right place at the right time, but
or is allowed
just
to
gonna
farm.
be for Fnatic about damage control, especially with the fact that they have 4 rifles. You don't really want to be losing anything. A lot of teams, as we mentioned, will go for the 3, keep 2 pistols, so they at least have a bit of wiggle room. And actually, they've already given one of those rifles back over to Dirk. I guess not finding anything early, he's going to be sent in.
I'm kind of impressed that Magnum's 3 shots with the classic were enough that they've now gone, let's go to the other side now. Fortunately for KC, they haven't really dismantled this either, right? They've
I tell you what,
around. They didn't
time is going to go low on this one. 4-person stack.
That was put towards C. Now hearing all these
A little
shots,
bit of util.
It's going to solidify these positions.
They could do a bit.
Can they do much damage,
Not much,
though?
but they could do a bit.
They can get a rifle away, not bad.
Problem is they're against 4 rifles.
But Fnatic quite
no one's going to overstand.
Normally on approach, not going to be making too much of a mess. Let's see if KC can make any naughtiness happen. That paint shell could be a problem. They made it away, but all that information is there. Fnatic going to find one.
Yeah, and this guy is going to completely farm, and they put it on the best person in terms of... oh, Alpha and Dirk are switched midway through. Wait, they're doing a good damage. Oh, this is nice. 4 rifles that get rid of 2.
He's got a bit of time to play with. Not many bullets this time around, though, and it is the deadly duo themselves, Leo and Dirk, not who you'd want to be facing in this. Normally ice cold, yeah. Pain shell, gonna ward him off that. Has to respect it. 4 bullets down to 1. And time is his biggest enemy currently.
What do you do? Just go for 1 kill, maybe? Yeah.
It's
hard.
Still
though, I feel like they did pretty good.
Yeah, that wasn't even
2 main guns out of them.
Saved a couple either. That was 1 Marshall and 4 rifles. So that's really costly for them. We're now going to see whether or not they just purchase into it, which they may do because it's Fnatic. They might be feeling a bit cocky coming up against an underdog team, but not a bad round whatsoever. Earning up to some of those ultimates for maybe a round or so time. And on the side of Fnatic, okay, Dirk is getting
where are we at? Okay, they do buy into 2 people. Obviously, everyone over towards here. We get the defense Odin out as well. This will be interesting to see if they start. Defense Odin on C.
Upset by any means, but if you're talking about the flawless game, it's not been that just
This is a big buy for Fnatic.
About that last round, but this is the one that means it, right? That is Dirk now pushed back down quite some way. 9 HP walking away from that.
See, I love this spot not only for the spams, but if you have the snake bites available, you can place them at the door, and if anybody runs through there, they're getting absolutely shredded.
Odin is so strong here. Still want to see people go a little bit more aggro, but
4 players on this side of the map already.
And it's a lot
Jaws, thank you for that.
Because he's on his own. He was isolated.
Bro, I swear Alpha.
That's a really dangerous
I swear Alpha has a little bit more freedom recently.
I mean, yes,
look at everyone's HPs, by the way.
But they have a completely free sight, and they are drifting
9,
that way again.
66.
Yeah, I almost wonder if at this point, it seems early in the round, but Casey will just have to decide, okay, we didn't get a kill, we didn't find any damage. If they go towards the C side, we save. And the funny thing is, it's unconfirmed damage. They've done so much, like probably about 200, 250 damage across the board, but it's irrelevant because they don't know yet.
Exactly. And Fnatic going to be cautious, obviously, considering they do have the walking wounded.
Yeah, and they've chosen the right side on this one.
Should be able to make that
no one even close. What an after K-Cop do.
Taking no corner unchecked. And I want to see how far KC commit to this. I doubt they're going to push too far now. I doubt. Not going to come in. They'll need a quick kill if they do fancy trying to get anywhere near close. So they're trying to at least pressure a little bit here, and it does look like a bit of a goer, yeah, but look at that one way. That's horrific. There's no getting past both.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is the OP. Wait, what? Wait, what? I was gonna say that's the OP pulse, and they put it in one way on top of it. That is an impressive retake. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, did they have their smoke to counter the one way?
No shot at that point of the round, because as I said, like we look at it from our
yeah, that's pretty cool. The Viper smoke there kind of counteracted the one way. Love the idea from Fnatic in terms of the one way in the new pause. Yeah, look at that.
barely.
Yeah.
Barely. That's
I
still a
don't think
gamble.
Alpha
You can
would
see
have given him
Fnatic
much.
as well
They
been
popped
talking
his
about
head
some of their
within
after plants in
seconds,
terms of where they're
a
prioritizing
bit of a
over
gamble,
towards
bit of risk,
double
but
box.
also just that sheer KC confidence. I think that's been one of the hugest factors of them being successful is when they take a risk,
here
they
for
all
sure.
commit to it.
So like this angle,
They
that is the
fight
one
as
these
one.
days.
It is,
And with that one
it's
way,
quite
it makes it even
impressive to watch.
scarier.
It
But
shattered
shout
a
out to
little
them
bit of
actually
money
picking
here
up
for
their
Fnatic.
smoke and
So
actually
let's
having
see
it for the
now how
retake.
KC can build, right? It's
2 people bought into
first
it.
step
We get an
done.
outlaw. Look
Can
at
they
this buy.
continue this
Yeah,
trajectory,
outlaw.
though? Already getting confident enough
Hello.
to take the challenge over by Rubble.
How you doing?
Poster, he's
You
only
off?
got a classic, but maybe going to
you-
get a chance to use it. Not what he wanted there, no. KC holding the line very diligently. That is lovely for them. A clean round is exactly what the doctor would have ordered.
Yeah, just demolishing them on the entry. You could even see Durka investing into an outlaw as well. An attempt to try and do some damage will leave him a little bit low.
Yeah, if
on
I'm here on
economy.
time.
Oh, it will
I was
be
late- I was late
retrieved
today.
by Alpha. These spams coming through have just
Bit
caused
of a-
havoc. Like we talk about Fnatic and their Odin play. They love to throw. Or
Okay,
have
they
loved
cleaned
to
this
throw
one
that
up.
weapon in the past.
Yeah.
Tomazi doesn't care. He just doesn't.
Weird buy from them though.
I mean, they are
Double stinger, 1
non-believers, right?
marshal,
If you
1
wanna look at it that way. If they keep this confidence up, if they can keep this
1
round
outlaw.
clean, you know, don't allow Alpha any wiggle room, don't let him get a little bit naughty, do some damage. If they can keep this up, there is a window. It's a very small window of chance, and that's when the question of, and again, this is very early for me to discuss this, so Fnatic fans, relax, don't worry. It is just, you know, the kind of discussion point of, we don't know how well they test under pressure yet, because they haven't been pressured. There has been no test sample, really. Yeah, their game that they
The
played.
Odin, yeah, the Odin against this comp is like really, really strong. Crazy strong against this comp. Especially, like, K-Corp are doing a lot of good stuff, right? This is like pretty much what I've been wanting to see. This is a wall that when Fnatic want to retake A, they put their wall up and K-Corp just open their wall. And then the Odin can just spam as well. So you have like a constant wall that they have to go through, and then there's loads of question marks. So at the moment, a lot of the stuff that K-Corp's doing is really, really cool. I like it a lot. And I think Fnatic might be forced to take early A. Yeah, this might be a little bit of Zay watching the stream and being like, damn, maybe we can actually do this because we're getting an Odin out. And again, this wall is going to be so good. They pop the wall, they want to re-walk out, they then have to go through a wall. Random gambles in terms of where they can be, and they're going to get spammed. Yeah, so, and then now they can set one person up and then they have a solid hold. I'm loving this, man. This is one thing that I've been wanting to see for years. Not years. I mean, actually a whole year, to be fair. One singular year. All of last year. Because this retake of just walking out A should not be this easy. Wall goes up and then they get close. You should never be able to walk out like that. So shout out to K-Corp. This is a good anti at the moment.
So this could be a nice way to slow the roll. If they're feeling that pressure, they know Durka's ult is there, and they're going to be already hitting that
It's
side.
just if they can hold the other sides as well and have good retakes. But A is definitely unlocked at the moment in my mind.
Already in a 4v5, and with Nightfall online, I don't blame them for it.
Yep.
A single kill for Tomazi will get the Viper's Pit online as well, which could be used to section off their C site, and they do very well to sort of get that chip damage in early.
Ooh, Durka.
Chronicle already low.
Yeah, but look at Durka trying to just...
Still no plant on this, though.
This space. If
Oh,
goes
Narrate
down
is so
here, that
dead.
is an issue.
Whoa.
Oh my god, he's just
What?
run him down! That's ridiculous from Narrate.
What?
Sheer disrespect. Pops
All
the ult
goes
back.
in,
It's
it literally
game on,
hits
it's go
all
time.
of them.
They are pressuring Fnatic here. They want
And
in
they
their
know they're all
faces.
outside of the
He's
site.
trying
Oh,
to
what a
come
weird
through, force
round.
Fnatic to just
It's a good plant, though, so they can get the spam on the go. Molly's going early.
Clearing through the site. They don't know when that spike's being tapped. They've had to invest this utility early now.
What a weird round this is for everyone involved.
On their way back in, but now that defusal finally begins.
The switch up of both of them being there is huge. TP over! Martine is ridiculous!
Damn, dude, Martine.
Real deal.
Martine, bro.
Absolutely the real
Insane.
deal. That was unbelievable. Narrate, I don't know what that man is doing, but it's working real good. The fact that he just
took zero damage, by the way. Like, zero
Yeah,
damage. He
that
just
makes
walked straight
that makes
through.
no sense.
I clearly felt confident in his own
Bro,
ability.
nice
and
shots as well.
Oh.
I don't know how they get away with as much as they did, but Fnatic have got to be feeling the burn a little bit because again, it
Yeah,
wasn't like
man,
they invested
this is-
nothing. That was a showstopper.
this is
They
scary
actually
now.
threw their own
They changed their
Nightfall in
wall on
as
this one.
well
Is it because
while
they're
that
against the
retake was
Nico and they
going
don't
on.
want to go close with
And
guns?
they
Might
basically
be.
got nothing for it. Now they sit with Durka, okay, having a hero rifle to try and play with, but other than that, empty pockets.
Yeah, if there's anyone you want on that rifle, you know, Durka's a name up there for me. But still, this is...
Those Althea and Chronicle.
No. Leo, I put up there. Alpha's fantastic, but again, when I think of Durka, everyone does kind of talk about his capabilities, right? You look at some of the other superstars out there, maybe his name doesn't shine as bright. He looks like a system player. Oh, that's interesting. But the way he can create impactful kills is almost like no other. And I'll hear no bad words about Durka, but let's see if the proof's in the pudding here.
Alpha has his
no
ult, but
one's gotten that close yet. Two of them nearby.
too much on this
Shin
one.
could potentially play in
Yeah,
Martin
they hit the
again.
nade. That's when they let the...
Waiting for
Whoa.
it. He's going to hear all this.
Boast is wild.
is in. He's very close by. And Martin
I tell you what,
sends
though.
him
I tell you what.
out
I
of
feel like
there.
K-Cop will kind of...
Evaporates Boaster, but again, the
at
rifle
least
still
Fnatic will probably
stays.
take that.
Oh, look at this wrap, though.
Like K-Cop just want to get rounds on the board. Tamazi, oh my god, he's gonna
They have nowhere to go. Tomasi could just mince them down, murder them here. This is
No
rough.
bullets hit.
And there's the wrap. There's the flank. It's not pretty in the end. That's a rifle, but it doesn't
Still not
matter.
bad. Can they get the
Across
Odin
line
as well?
again, KC.
Pick up the Odin on top, potentially. Nicely done from K-Cop. Fnatic should be a little bit happy they got the Razor out.
Just to keep them in line. You do not want this roster getting nervous.
Yeah, I think more so on the KC side, you also don't want them building momentum.
True.
Like, you look at them versus Heretics, they got bodied. When
Bro,
they were shut
I
down
felt the
early, they were
bass.
shut out of the game.
I felt the
When they were
bass
able
below
to
me when that
get
rocket hit.
things rolling
Damn.
like this, what they beat like Giant, for example, 13-4 on this map. So you have to be careful.
Yeah,
not to
early
allow these young
timeout.
players to get out of control. And with a 4-round streak,
And I think they need
retakes,
to go out A
probably
early.
shouldn't be winning. I think that's
I
what you
think they
call
got to
for.
go out A early.
You're starting to see some of those heavy hitters.
That Mini looks
Right,
different.
you're seeing Martin looking real nice with it.
Mini's not
We have
there
things
until,
like the rate look good.
until
Okay,
the big
couple of
lands,
rounds, really
like
nice
Madrid.
impact, but again, he's not the one lighting up the kill feed, but you know
If they
he's
make
waiting,
it.
right? That is just that is scary to me. Now I look on the other side. Again, it feels like KC have come prepared. They look very prepared for this. They look very robust in what they're doing. Maybe not in a counter strat way, but just even those retakes are so well drilled. The way they're moving around the map is just exceptional.
They played 38 rounds of this versus Foot. Just versus Foot. Like,
Yeah.
not even including the other matches that they played on this map.
Yeah.
So I feel like you've given Eng more data than he could ever need on what they need to be doing, what they need to be fixing. And that's what we always talk about with him as a coach. He went away for a while, came back to EMEA, but he came back a legend already. Like, we know what this man can do.
Lost
You get to a
pistol,
Champions Final,
looking
win a
decent. They've
Masters,
gone back to
you're
a
quite
a
at the
normal
top of
wall
the
now as well.
tree.
Odin's still out.
Priority pick these days, it feels like, considering the impact you can have from the back of a coach. But speaking of coaching, this is time now to see Fnatic's changes. It was very
I like
few
the
in
K-Cop
roster.
are
We were
mixing
on
their
that. There
stuff
was
up,
none,
though.
but it was behind the scenes. This is the first
Good
time we're starting to
sign.
see Fnatic again tested here. Maybe gonna take
Smoke
some
to
of
get
that
through one way to create
momentum
pressure.
away from
Dude, I wonder
KC.
if they
Well,
just
say
find
that, you
just
can
duel
already
this
see
heavy
what
and
he's
just accept that they get the smoke out of
he's
them.
off and about. And they haven't seen this look before, maybe feeling a little bit of something switching up here. But you think about the protocols that KC have already set. There's always going to be that aggression over
Dude,
the drop. They've been
I
challenging
I
that.
think they
There's
wanted to
spam
go
gonna be
take
coming
A,
up.
but they heard the
Haven't
Odin,
seen
and
this
then they were
yet.
just like, nope, we
Does
can't
this
do
check?
that.
This is the horn. They should clear this and the back.
Oh,
box,
man.
so he has to be
Martin
careful.
is in trouble.
Immediately.
Paranoia. They're trying to keep him alive here. They're trying to play for him. Narrate's going to come out and actually brawl with him. He
Yeah,
can't make it
look
out
at
of
that
there,
util
though.
that they
A
used
nice
too much
attempt,
on it.
But it is an opportunity.
Molly,
Puts him
Teva.
down. That is a step in the right direction. Do Fnatic follow that, or do they adjust?
The thing is, with a lockdown and a Viper's
Shit's
Pit,
just gone.
they don't even really need to.
Yeah.
If they get towards either of these sides, they can take it and lock their opponents out. Tomazi's still a slightly more risky.
Does he want to
angle
use
because
his ult
he
into it?
can be Insta-killed from that
Could do.
point,
If he
so
uses his
may
ult
just go
door,
back.
it's like a good strong
Classic.
setup, but now they're just going to pivot to B.
Viper's Pit to just shut them out of tree. Interesting.
Like, for sure they pivot B here.
So that, I don't mind it. It plays in
K-Cop
Magnum's
kind of know this. Two
kits a
people
little
over
more.
towards B early.
You can see them bolstering the numbers by B. This isn't a
They
bad
still have a
response
tether?
yet. Narrate, can you slow it though?
What
Durka
the?
good for one, but the
How
trade's
has
at the
Durka
Magnum.
got
He
that
is on the
kill?
site and he is ready for this one. Paranoid's not going to land, but there's the overwhelm. Two swing on the corner, and they've done well here. Shin's position could be
Oh my.
something, but
Yeah,
now
and they take that
losing
one
out
out.
to Fnatic.
Yeah, this was,
Lose it
I mean,
from
it was
the
obvious where they were
equation.
going,
They will be
and maybe the two
considering
over
this
towards
at
B
some
could have
point
done
now.
a
So
little bit
Fnatic
better,
answering
but
back very nicely.
I feel like
off back a
Durka-
little bit
I'm not even
of
sure he's
that
landed
attempt
for
of
this
aggression,
shot,
but I
but
don't mind that KC tried it.
No, I think, again, if you look at the ultimates that were there for Fnatic,
any
if you
damage
allow them to get
Shin does
outside
here is
C,
great.
Put lockdown and then Viper's Pit, like, you're
Side
really
says.
gambling on a fantastic post plant for your team on the retake. So I don't mind the idea. Fnatic, though, are diligent. And that's
course they
always the thing with this team is even if you manage to take mound control or rubble control, they have the utility. That's why they play that fade, because Leo is so good at just having these little ratty angles
Yep.
where you're not going to spot that Haunt or that Prowler or whatever utility he throws.
No, he is exceptional in his work. And again, it's the thing about Leo is that it doesn't always transfer through to that scoreboard, right? He can be a scoreboard player, don't get me wrong. Like
I've seen him 1v5 with the Sheriff. He definitely can.
Yeah, absolutely can. But it's like some of that work behind the scenes that doesn't necessarily show constantly is what makes him that step apart. Now, it's a little bit of a touching of base here almost for Casey. Brought back to heal. But if that start didn't go the way it did, who knows how that could have...
Did Mini go to assistant coach for a better work-life balance? Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think we're going to see that. So
It's
again,
less,
it's less
all in. I think he can, like, live in London still. I think that's where he lives.
In a spot where you still have plenty to play with.
And it doesn't consume your entire life, even though it probably consumes a good amount.
They're ready for it this time, though. That corner being cleared already.
Definitely a big buy round over towards here. 2 full loss bonus on these two.
That's probably just off the amount of utility they've just seen sent their way.
Yeah, and then we can just go back to A.
How quickly can KC mirror these steps almost? And hit that rotate just right. Massey's got to be so careful to not get caught out here.
Yeah, I wonder if K-Corp should have kept up a lot of the A stuff, to be honest.
But still, it's a lot to ask. Yeah, you can see the pressure. He's in a bit of trouble here.
Oh, he's in. I mean, he has double molly. He's actually not in too much trouble. Yeah, because you're going to be scared to go through that.
Oh,
nice movement.
1v1 against Durka? I don't know, but he's going to take the site, clear it.
Damn, this was nice from him, though.
The spike's still not going to follow just yet. There is still stall here.
Both teams with the lockdown could be one of the more interesting pieces, but with no plant, there hasn't really been anything just yet for KC to execute off.
No, they're going to hear this go down. There's the first lockdown. Being considered by Magnum. Yeah, going to go for the deeper.
There we go for a better one. Ult for ult. And I was going to say, yeah, Durka is just here, ready to kill this. Do they have a good amount of numbers now? What? Do they respect it?
Still ticking for Fnatic, but it looks like they're going to try. Oh my god! Wait.
Oh wait, what?
What's going on? They are so cocky.
It's like a 2 on 2 detains. He can kill. Oh boy.
Can he get there in time? I don't think he can do much about this.
I think they've absolutely owned them.
Absolutely not. Fantastic.
Damn, nicely done. This was a really hard situation for them to be so good, like be so calm on. Shin did incredible. And then I don't think they were expecting Tamazi to just even go for that.
Again, another brilliant retake.
How did Shin kill both?
The
one?
sort of play that you make if you're
nicely
the
done
one with the
from Shin.
advantage. Like if you're the person coming into a match as the favorite, you go.
This duel, yeah, it's kind of like Alpha wasn't in for that. Wasn't expecting it.
The fact that they managed to take out both players and then Bosa's just like, yeah, 2 players are detained. What can he do?
What are you meant to do?
Just push versus the other 2 who aren't. Like that's the risk that he had to take. So I love it from KC. Outside of the box plays that even the best in the world aren't ready for.
Yeah, they were not ready for that. He's peeking at like 1 second left with the ult going down.
If you weren't paying attention before, you certainly will be now. Because the buy ain't pretty coming out from Fnatic here. Their rifle on Alpha this time. Everyone else working with a lot less, but such unique beginnings from KC too.
They're barely ever playing C. If they are, it's just Magnum playing there alone. And he just backs off. His whole goal is just to try and delay them.
It's a full retake on this. But they're fine to play retake.
They're almost playing 2 attack sides. They just
if Martin gets a kill, he gets his ult. Same with Durka, same with Leo.
They already know because the utility's been destroyed on the way through.
Yeah. It is a long way to go though for Martin and
Once the Odin gets over towards here, they might have a harder time to plant.
Not in a particular hurry though.
Yeah, go down. Just thinking it's in the corner, Viper ult goes in, it's a forward Viper ult, hard for them to get out. They got mount control. Okay, this is a lot harder. Durka with the plant gets his ult. Like this is. I mean, this is done rounds.
He's only got a classic in this round. Like, it's just gonna have to go for right clicks and almost play for the rest of his team.
Yeah, this is a done round.
Fnatic, but with this pit,
especially with the ult that comes out.
Here we go. This is game time. Durka gonna be up and
Wait, the ult doesn't get anyone?
With a rifle in the back, gonna take down Martina, remove a little bit of that frontline pressure. They've got to be able to clear this site, and Alpha still standing, gets found. Tomasi's gonna drop him. Chronicle can only do so much, right? It's all on. Chronicle can't do anymore. I don't think there's any damage. They should be fine on this one. Yeah, Diffuse is
we got the HP for it. Damn, dude. That's impressive, man. How is the Odin killing so many people here?
Yeah, somehow Chronicle made that close just by surviving long enough. If he's
the ult didn't kill anyone as well. I thought this was so done.
I love the way that. Firstly, I think Narrate is one of the best at just
no way, that's how he gets his kills. I was thinking, man, I was like, how has he got 2 kills there? I can't see anyone.
Alpha's hiding around the corner on the box. That means no one saw him just full sprint in.
The Odin's outrageous right now.
He gets the last kill onto Chronicle as well, who could have lost in the entire round.
I'm a little stun locked here, right? This is a little bit, you know, we talk about the what ifs, maybes. It's very rare you see it happening like this, and it's certainly not there yet. Martin, though, already, oh my god, they all try and get away. Decent damage, but
yeah, 24-43, but
Yeah, Shin's not giving it up.
at least he saw numbers and he can call the damage.
Thomas is re-aggressing in the meantime. They are not giving up any space. They want to fight Fnatic before they get anywhere close to the afterplants.
Yeah,
and that's interesting because
they don't want to give them space.
Retakes.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen this yet from Tomas.
Just like fight A, retake C.
With an Odin.
Yeah, I mean, it's just obscene, isn't it? Feels
I mean, the Odin could pick up some easy kills there, maybe. Fatal on attack. Omenal.
Still have all the information they need here.
Last time they managed to push him back before he was able to use his snake bites. It's one of the hardest things to push through is the snake bite over towards that tree position. If he gets this right, two of these players are so low. And he's going to get the timing spot on.
Yeah, he is. Trying to burst off the back of the Prowler. Everything else going to come in. Paranoia sent. They've taken tree,
he puts
yes,
the
but again,
smoke back here as well.
25 seconds here.
Smoke.
That spike is non-committed.
Odin.
It's sitting so deep.
They just have to insta pivot B.
They're looking maybe for an
They've got insta pivot B.
Yeah, this is absolutely on the money now. I don't know if they
give me the Omen, yeah. And the Omen does a leak smoke as well.
10 seconds
they can still plant.
Spike still in hand. That has to go down here. 9 seconds. They're going to try and go for it. Leo just investing everything, pouring the util in.
And the pivot over towards B is still looking pretty good for Fnatic on these rounds.
Now look at the post plant here as well.
A and C look like a nightmare though.
And the timing on the back of Tomasi walking all the way around the world should be found out, should be handled.
That's the
There
information.
we go. This should be fine now. Chronicle gets the first narrate.
Oh.
Time to step in, finding Chronicle, finding Leo.
It's got so many jewels.
Retake, another tick in the box.
Yeah, retake
KC,
over towards B this time.
I've never seen a team so good at these sort of retakes.
Yeah, and it's also just that every read that they have on Fnatic is spot on.
Yeah.
Like they denied their space over towards A. Okay, this was a little bit risky, but even still, it
Dude,
paid
the Satchel
dividends in
almost
terms of
saved him from
damage.
his team,
But
man.
then also just, okay,
I think
you've
it
gone
might
for
have.
this initial play towards A. We know that Boaster loves to have those leak
Oh,
back
this
towards
kid, man,
the
the
B
rate
side.
did so
And they had
well.
two players waiting there, and they did enough damage that gives Thomasy space. That gives Narrate time to get into position. It's never easy for Fnatic because they can't get into post plants properly before their opponents are on them.
We're going to take a moment here just to remember Fnatic have 3 rounds. 3 rounds. This is also their map choice. Now, I don't think there is a bad map pool for Fnatic, so I'm not that fussed.
We've only
but
seen
we
this
don't
one
know.
and
we
one
don't
other.
really know. But they've broken the buy here.
Classic
KC
done
have
round
such a
call.
firm
They're
grip
in the retake
on
rounds.
this
Dude, that
game.
shouldn't have
Shin
gone
this
down
time,
like that,
again,
you would
we know
think.
that they will
It was
rescind
the
away
Odin,
from that
man.
C site if they feel too
The
much
Odin's
pressure
too good
coming
right
in.
now.
Don't stress it too much, but again, the fact they're winning out these retakes, yeah, you know, strategy and consideration, execute can get you the site, can get you the plant, but it's always the teamwork, the chemistry, the trading, the kind of play back through from a retake is normally the hardest part to work out, and it's blowing my mind we're seeing KC do this. So impressive. But on the other side, where do Fnatic look to try and find that little entry point anywhere? They're finding nothing.
But they get given C the whole time. So it's like
the only team to beat
create
them on
pressure on
this round
C, insert one and then
No
go
other
B
team
and
has
just have a
ever
luck
been able
C
to
and
do
they can
it.
pivot back.
And right now, KC are in the driver's seat on that defensive side as well.
Fnatic are taking so much map control. 30 seconds left though.
KC have the correct read once again. Chronicle is here early though, and that's an issue until then.
I mean, honestly,
trade-outs are kind of quelling
they
that
forced
threat.
them out of the way.
Do
They got to be ready for the luck over
Space,
towards C
but
though.
still, Magnum
Man, they're
and
ready
Shin
for the
is
luck.
fighting
I think
out
they
of
had
the
good.
site.
I
It's
think they
leaving
hit
it
good
down to Alpha,
timing.
basically. Only with a
I
share
think
of
Durka
Jets
looked
pulled
towards
over Leo,
heaven
trying
just
to
as
do
Shin
damage
turned
to
the
back
corner.
lines. But again, look at the numbers, look at the timing here. Plan gonna come
Bro,
down.
Leo's low as well.
And closing in here.
Spike planted.
It's a little ahead of expectation. Leo not gonna be checking that
Oi,
just
they switched
yet.
the
The
Odin out.
utility's on the site.
Now I'm worried for them.
Alpha gonna need something from this.
Killed my bot.
He's going to hear them stepping closer, noting the utility now starting to dwindle down. He knows he's under the gun. A shot could be great here, and it's not going to happen. Carmine Core.
The retakes, though.
Again,
The
stamping their
retakes.
authority on this matchup. Fnatic have no answers.
No, and you could see how confident they are in every single one of these fights. Magnum swinging back in, the blast backs from Martin into angles he knows there's players in. This is unrivaled confidence currently coming out from the KC side, and it's unusual that I've seen Fnatic ever shut down in this sort of way. 4 retakes in a row as well. They have been able to get the plant down. They've been able to get into post situations. Okay, that round was a weak buy. We can forgive them for that. But every other round hasn't.
Okay.
There.
Okay, we go again. You know, 8-4-9-3 feels very different. Let's take a little easy here.
Odin
CC
spam
out.
over
Look at
towards
that.
here. That is a high smoke.
Wheeling.
That is a
Able.
high smoke. I don't think that's meant to go there.
A little bit of a deeper commitment this time from Shin on the A side of the map and an adjustment on the other. Where does Fnatic decide to try and test this time?
And unless it's to block
They have to be
the
wary of everything.
fade eye.
Because of the pushes that KC have been going
Might
for,
be to block
it's
the
even
fade eye.
tentative on the other side from Alpha. You can just see him jiggling.
Have they
'Cause
been
there could be
doing
someone right next to
the
him
fade
right now.
eye
He has
here?
no
Then
idea.
yeah,
They don't know
honestly,
if they're pushing up
blocks
B,
the
they've
fade
got
eye
the turret
if they
watching
wanted
for that.
to go
And you can see
close.
Chronicle, he's setting up utility to try and clear rubble because they know
Might have
they're
been,
gonna
might have been
to
some
fight for
anti
it.
on that.
And even with that kept in, Narrate is
I thought
gonna
they'd
draw
do
the
it in the
attention.
corner,
No
though,
one's
but-
there around. And Shin's sitting safe still. They're drifting away. It's going to be Magnum.
Look where this alarm bot is. It's
So
outside of
deep,
C.
yeah.
So then once they actually get anywhere near it, there's going to be a call almost immediately. There's a player there, and straight away, you see Martine on the map start to move back towards that C side.
Man, I'm so happy with K-Corp.
Magnum.
I got everything I wanted. I got the potential wall that I've been talking about. I got the Odin as well. Like,
On this one.
I'm so. Oh, what the? Not another.
That's gorgeous.
I'm getting everything that I've
Just
wanted.
takes away the tip of the spear. Dirk has been good, but not good enough to do much more, and now can slip away. They've got the player advantage for the retake. Does Fnatic now try and fight deeper on this? That is the only option that they haven't explored, is try and get the plant, but look at the time again. 10 more seconds, they're looking for a fight towards CT. Magnum
Yeah, and they're going to
on the
flood in
chopping block,
from
and he falls.
Waterfall,
It's
but that
Chronicle on
Omen
the line.
flash was
That's better.
huge.
Fnatic
Yeah,
backing themselves to
maybe
take those deeper fights.
the time
But
kind
now
of
we're down to
wrecked them a
Tomasi.
little bit.
Martin
They got a little bit too
Not gonna
excited on
happen
that.
time for Martin.
They realized they
Put
could
in
stop
the
the
hands of
plant and they
Shin
wanted to
Tomasi,
flood
not
in, where
finding
maybe
the
if they tried to do
connections
one of their
here.
methodical
That's Fnatic finding
retakes,
a
they could have been
solution.
okay.
It just took so long.
Still though, 8, and they lost pistol. That's outrageous,
sure.
seems.
Yeah.
They haven't had much
On the
to cheer
defense
about,
side,
as it's been the
man, the
first two
wall,
rounds,
the
and other than that,
Odin,
it's just been blitzed
especially the
on
Odin. The Odin
radar.
was sick.
Everything else going in the way of KC, and you're right, the real thing there was just a bit of aggression out from Chronicle. He also uses the Viper's Pit to just lock out any sort of retake position, and that was something that I think for the most part, KC had got for free throughout the majority of the rounds. They were able to get close and then get into that brawly style. This time, Fnatic didn't allow it. It's safe to say, though, now going on to that defensive side, they kind of need a pistol.
Just a
Yeah,
little
they
bit.
kind of need to win double pistol. I agree.
Sheriffs, as it stands.
But I also think that Fnatic
Alpha
kind of
and
know
Chronicle
the
both going
weakness
for
of
that.
this comp as well.
So, wondering if they commit,
Considering
looks
it's
like
their
they are.
comp.
So, Fnatic, you're going to
Turkish
need
aim,
this one.
CIS aim, you
Yeah,
know,
it's
why
fair.
not?
It's fair. You know what I mean? Like, back yourself sometimes. And I feel like I'm walking into the unknown looking at KC. You know what I mean? It's I don't know quite what to expect from these guys, and I think neither do Fnatic, but what a treat to watch. The stack towards a B site here. It's with Alpha at the Oh, it's Chronicle!
What?
How many collabs are we seeing today?
What? We've
Is
seen
that the
2 double
second we've
sheriffs.
seen?
Yeah, Zipan had one earlier.
Bloody hell. Okay. KC making a quick run towards C after going, I don't think B's for us, really.
CIS aim beats Turkish aim, that's what I've learned.
Man, he's
Yeah, they're willing to just brawl on
killing
this one,
everyone
aren't
with
they?
it.
Chronicle. Gonna have to respect it now. Tomasi.
4v2, nothing much Chronicle could do about that kill. Really.
Them down.
Can they isolate another? They're trying to. Boast has been noted. Let's see how far back he fell, but that paranoia is good. Tomasi has to respect it, gets chip
Yeah,
damage on the way,
and
but
they
they're willing
see
to stand,
both,
they're willing to
then
fight, but
Dirk
they've got
can
to be
go
careful
fast
here. They're
sight.
being wrapped on as well. You can see it
Yeah,
already.
dude, look at the
Dirk on way to
overwhelm.
rate, but not good
Nicely
enough.
done. Dude, double pistol
First
though.
step in the second half here for Fnatic, but hey, they got the pistol on the first one too.
Yeah, they have
I
to
know, it
win
was the
double
buy
pistol
rounds where
here.
we saw the majority
They're
of the
getting wrecked
success
in buy,
and
or they
those
were
retakes
getting wrecked
from
in buy
KC.
rounds.
I will say, like, we have seen a lot more changes in this map. Like, obviously, the updates, I think, helped out at least a little bit with the defense in terms of being able to control a little bit of extra ground and having opportunities to get back into those sites if they were to lose them.
Yep.
And you can see already the way KC were playing that pistol, they're going to do similarly to what we saw from Fnatic, playing these sort of slow-paced, patient rotations, trying to almost double back at points if they can.
Okay, it's a long road back though. Fnatic gonna have to be taking those steps together. 5 rounds to the 8 of KC.
Where are
Get that buy in the first place. Remember that damage though from that first time around.
Oh my goodness. It's an absolute blender.
Blitzing KC. Trying to re-establish some of that authority here. Remind them who they're playing against. And Shin, last one alive with limited options.
Yeah, I think we had a very quiet first half from Durka, and this might just be his announcement into the server.
Yeah.
I don't think he really has too many quiet games, and Andalusia flawless as well for Fnatic is going to be a huge boost in terms of the economy. I've noticed as well, like a lot of other teams are going to go in for those like Vandals, Phantoms. Fnatic actually leading quite heavily into the Bulldog in some of these bonus rounds, which is not something I thought I'd be saying. Like, I know that Mitch has been crying out for an Outlaw. It hasn't happened too much. It's happened here and there, but I didn't expect to be seeing a 4 Bulldog bonus round.
I mean,
Fnatic have always been the Bulldog users.
Proof's in the pudding, eh? And it looks all in from Fnatic though. Down.
Oh wait, we go for an aggro A again.
For this one, Shin trying to get in the challenge here. Durka is putting himself on the line, and it's working. Takes down Martin and tries to get away. Do they lose anyone?
Low
no.
HPs.
Barely damage done. Look how quickly they dismantle that.
It's going to give at least a little bit
I
of
respect
space
them doing it again after it failed so badly the round before, but
just going to be looking to try and play that retake, maybe do a little bit of extra damage. Look at Shin already down on just 26
what kind of plan
HP.
is this?
But there is no one to be found. And the fact is, KC want to try and find someone. Want to try and
plan against the wall. It's not the best plan. You kind of got a wide swing from tree as well. This is a hard after plan. They're better guns, but
really uncomfy though. Look at how little space they have. They've kind of just
they have no map control.
Right? Okay,
Tree,
well,
they have the wide swing if someone taps the spike. Dude, look at Fnatic. They're just going all the way down middle as well.
Find balance, almost.
So they take all of A control. They're just making sure they have no map control here. Now they're going to open door.
That's the one major thing. It's going to be awkward, and the paranoia is missed.
But that's sharp from Timeout with a follow-up as well. Alpha.
Yeah, just one out heavy over towards tree.
Move on, not going to happen. Boaster now. There's no access to this side. There's no.
And I wonder if Fnatic was so sure that there was someone over towards A that they could have like got.
It is costly. But
yeah, it is good damage at least.
In the second now.
Yeah, and the
I feel like they could have won it. They had no map control.
Retake from Fnatic. I actually just think KC adapted quite well. Like they had those
I think
aggressive
Tomazi
positions.
did great.
I think Tomazi, he just went back to, as you said, his defense position. I'm going to put a snake bite down. But I think Boaster had a paranoia, and it just, I don't know if it missed him or if that was from someone else, but it didn't connect at all. So when they go swinging, it's Tomazi in a 1v1. And you're kind of going to rate him to win that. He's been fantastic thus far.
Yeah.
And the rate now, well, you mentioned it. He was all right in the first half. That was a big 3K.
Yeah, it was. And this time they're putting a little bit more.
Yeah, and we get a big buy rounds.
Trying to deal with Durka's aggression.
Who we got?
Right?
Everyone?
Testing this now.
Doing the Fnatic strat.
Kind of everyone.
It's literally their strat to spam through that, and Durka gets caught by it.
Yeah. So
I mean, Durka's lucky to be alive here.
Down on 8, gonna lose
Dude, the Odin abuse is crazy.
This round with, he's been giving them early chances as well. In these first couple of rounds, he has been pivotal in that. Now he has to sit back a little bit deeper, play off the back of potentially Boaster or someone else. Cautious and carefully, KC start going forward, and that might pick up the pace a little bit. Gonna note the player on the site, but the Stalker still be there, so they can't quite springboard forward. Gotta be careful, because Chronicle could connect. Not to be just yet. Paranoia's in there. This
That's
should
a
be
free
the green
set,
light
and
for
this
the
time they
site.
actually
Does
have
Fnatic
someone
try
over
and get ahead of
towards
this? I
here. And
doubt it.
do they try flood? It's hard to fast flood with this comp
Creeping
though.
closer. No,
You're normally waiting for a flash, and it's like,
let's see how that pressure looks when they try and
gotta
come
do it
back
more
through.
like methodical. Oh, that's guys.
Oh,
Timing of the smoke was off there.
And then Durka still going to do damage even
No
down
way,
low.
Shin.
Good work from Leo. Couple more steps to be taken though. Martin and Tomasi still going to be here. This crossfire, can it hold? Boaster going to crack it open. Tomasi goes
Oh
down.
man, the U-tilt was so good here from Leo. Yeah, they kind of had to trust each other in the crossfire there.
A valiant attempt, but
Nicely done from Leo.
Fnatic get the defuse.
Yeah, and that really is the big one.
In their after plant scenarios, just getting themselves into that A-stack quite easily. But again, I feel like the main reason you see that sort of boombot go through early is just, okay, we want to clear below. That's one of the main danger positions.
Yeah.
And then from then onwards, you had the late rotation coming through from Alpha. Solid work from Leo as always. And we're starting to see, I think, just some of those Fnatic players actually come back into the game. Because that's the thing. You look at that first half, there were a lot of those superstars completely missing. Durka wasn't really there. I think Leo and Alpha uncharacteristically gone for the majority. And now that they're starting to play those retakes a little bit more, I think also they're not being surprised. Because when you're playing up against a retake, there's only so many places that your opponents can be.
And for KC, it's timeout time. Going to pump the brakes themselves and have a check-in with the coach, as we can see. And he's got a whole lot to say here.
I was going to say, he's talking non-stop.
Try and course correct a bit since starting off this second half. It has been the 3 rounds to Fnatic with the only 1 response from KC so far. And their money not going to be in a great place either. Now, KC will have that. I mean, the snowball round's not even that close by either. They haven't individually been doing enough damage to really be that rewarded.
Damn, for the whole time he's been
Fnatic are
talking.
very close by to theirs, though. You're seeing 1 off for Durka. I think Leo 1 away. I mean, Boast is going to have his, but it is that Omen TP, so not the most important or imperative, but still, Fnatic in touching distance of that, which is always a nice round to have in the pocket. What does KC do here? We know the pedigree of the coach, right? We know that he's got that capability, but what can you call in at this point? How do you deal with Fnatic in these scenarios? Because as we've said before, and we'll say it time and time again, it's a very short list of teams who've managed to best Fnatic, right?
And Fnatic are kind of close to a lot of their ults.
KC had their name to it, or was it just a good half?
You would say that they're in a good spot to just snowball this one. You win this eco, you get loads of your ults online for the next big buy rounds, and you can kind of just...
Doug, that's surprising considering what sort of round this is. You're going to know your opponent's economy is a little bit low. Maybe thought the Chronicle would be able to back him up, but what has gone from 1 Guardian now becomes a rifle for Timazi as well.
That's pretty nice. I don't like the aggression in these rounds, if I'm honest. Again, the fact that it's
the aggression in
not
these
necessarily untradeable, but incredibly hard to trade, and then once that rifle's gone, it's gone. So it looks like Fnatic are going to try and get proactive elsewhere at the same time.
With Chronicle playing Tree, unless he killed him through a wall, it was untradeable. Yeah. Like you needed quite a lot to really get anything from that. So a bit of a gamble that hasn't really paid off and has basically fast-track delivered a gun over to your opponents.
I wonder if they just thought that they weren't going to go back out towards A.
On this C take.
Still a huge risk. Pressure over towards C in terms of fast fake. Well, sorry, not really a fast fake, but
been that fade utility. So he's
fade 1-person fake.
Too much for this.
We crawl into the corner as well. This could be pretty strong. And then they were hiding all behind Rubble as well.
So that fake didn't really sell.
I kind of liked it just to make sure that no fade util could get them there. Some big trades. Yeah, this one though. That's one of the more disgusting ones.
That's the rifle now still just in the hands of Tomasi here. He's got Magnum with him. Can they isolate him? Oh my good God, Chronicle has no idea how close he is and how close they are.
Lovely jump. Big 2-on-2. They pick up an Odin for themselves. Wait, he didn't plant?
A tap on the spike. They didn't even commit to this. They're trying to draw him out.
He didn't plant?
Boaster. He's going to find Magnum.
Oh,
Tomasi. Time.
Whoa.
3 seconds.
Oh, this kid's going huge, man. What the hell is going on? He's a beast right now. Oh, duelist into Viper. Man, I
believe it.
I don't believe that either.
You've just taken one of the best IGLs we have, an 18-year-old kid, and he's
doing so good.
There wasn't even enough time to plant. Bosa was going purely.
Oh man, what a mistake by Fnatic though.
It would be illogical to do anything
Given
else.
this gun backfires.
But that's what this team does. That's how they
Whoa.
play with them.
Yeah, he knows what he's done. Look at him.
Yeah,
Look
what an
at
absolute
him.
god.
He
4
knows
seconds,
it
like
too.
it's so bold from
man,
him.
That's a confidence boost as well, and that's a crushing round for Fnatic. That was one rifle
Got
being
the
lost at a very bad
attack
time.
smoke, the blocks,
Lovely
double
work in
vision
unison for KC to isolate
from
more
K-Corp
fights
originally.
there. They didn't fall for the fake, but they
Using it in this lineup as
fell
well.
for everything else. This is double digits for KC now.
Look at this round.
Fnatic have that snowball round.
They
near on
force
hand.
into
Yeah,
it.
the lockdown's not quite
They've got
there,
a
but still
Stinger, they got a Spectre.
Purchase, not perfect.
And this is going to be a reset. At 10-7, this could be the map. If K-Corp win this is probably the map.
Lacking financially.
And in the first half, that didn't work. A lot of their ults didn't really have the impact that Fnatic desired them to have. Looking like KC might be on that all-in. Bear in mind, a Viper's Pit might be enough for them to secure it. The util's fantastic.
I mean, that's still exceptional. They're standing. How is Chronicle
Look at their HPs.
That is
huge.
Beautiful from them.
Oh my goodness, well. Yeah, and they realize how much of a big important round it is. Got to use the ults into it.
Fun from KC. It's Magnum and Narrate. I mean, this would be a story and a half if Narrate.
There were some close duels on this one.
You've been good. Let's see how good
30
you are.
seconds left.
1v5. Got a spike. 25 seconds.
Surrounded. They know exactly where he
right.
is. And that still would be a flawless as well.
That's your answer.
And they forced them down to an eco as well. Pretty big.
This is going to be a game, isn't it? That's a nice way to kind of correct some of the issues as well. Just an instant response.
Just watching Martin just fly through the air. I think it's worth mentioning as well, like, you have to bear in mind where some of these players have come from. Tomazi, 20 and 11, was playing for Saw last year in the Portuguese league.
Yeah.
They managed to get to Ascension. They did all right. They did quite well for the team that they had.
Dude, if K-Corp won a pistol here, they won this map.
And is now top of the board on Viper.
On this, I was getting nervous when I'm seeing Doug again.
One hero gun. Yeah, dude. I thought they were going to go aggro against the eco again.
Let's just chill a little bit. I don't need a rifle.
It's interesting that Martin has both the rifle and his ult.
Yeah.
You almost feel like it might be a better idea to give it to Narrate. Let him try and, if it gets to a point where that showstopper could work out.
Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a solid play from Durka here.
That's a bit of magic from the man there, but that's a rifle. Now we've got two, Martin and Narrate.
They get one ult out of it as well.
That's good from Leo there.
I think K-Corp will be a little bit happy with this, so they can get another kill.
It's just obscene, isn't it? No spike yet. Trying to go for that rifle. They're just, oh man, this guy's clean. Okay. Still no spike here. Keep it on. Ooh, Alpha, you're lucky. You're a lucky boy. They've got the spike and they're running. Okay. He's given them a little bit of safety at B, right? He's warded off Alpha. They don't quite know where Leo is to an extent.
30 seconds
left.
I mean, are they going to have to use Killjoy?
So they've put together a picture, but where do they go with this? They've got to get proactive, right? They've got to find one of these three players, otherwise they're screwed.
Well, the question is, does Fnatic throw in a lockdown as well?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a big win if they use a K-Corp.
Such a costly round for them.
Oh my god. That's Shin.
Oh!
That's
Damn,
from
dude.
Shin.
What? Should never be getting that.
Young gun, that's a lot to do, and two very unfavorable angles to work with. Not going to happen against.
Don't know how Alpha wins that one, but fair enough.
Alpha.
Dude, Shin
Still
on
got
that.
It, still clean with
Almost.
it. And the fuse going to come in. Fnatic just creeping back into the game now. 9 to 10, very close by here.
Yeah, you can see though in every single round they're making them sweat.
Oh yeah.
Like even if Fnatic turn this around, I think you have to look at this from KC's perspective and go like, there were many rounds that they could have been able to steal away.
Yep. Just
off some individual brilliance, off of Fnatic maybe looking a bit shaky in some of these and taking big risks. Like, Durka gets 2 kills there, but again, it's still a scenario where they give a rifle over to the opponents in an eco round.
Yeah, that was an eco round. That's the thing, is an eco round with a hero rifle left in it. Now, it's speaking of snowball rounds, right? Roll your minds back. Remember, we're talking about, look at what's coming online for Carmine Core here.
Look at the money.
Yes,
look at the money, look at the ults.
Looking pretty good. Martin going to take the early space again.
This is a mad
This
one.
is that traditional back and forth, right? We're going to see
And
this.
then, I mean, literally all of this.
So
All
often.
5.
Now, we do have the lockdown for Alpha.
All 5 of them money-wise are wrecked.
Big ults
4
still
ults.
sitting in the pockets of Fnatic as well. Round changes.
They can gamble a bit more though, because Durka's got that operator over on the C side, so he can just play a passive angle, hold for the opener, and then that means that they can have 2, 3, maybe even more over on this A side. Uh-oh.
Didn't look the cleanest, but he got through the
Sold out here.
the point that was the most worrying.
Yeah, not ideal. They do have the
Doesn't
side
get around the
control.
corner.
Not
But
perfect,
he knows that
it's job
Fnatic probably
done
have to
an
play that
extent. It's still got
respect.
them what they
Oh,
needed,
okay,
and
this
there's
is
the
interesting, because
follow-up
this is
ult as
just
well.
the
So
normal
this
ult that you do against a
get
Killjoy
onside,
ult, so that if
secure
Killjoy
plant,
can get to
can they
backside
then
where they're
pulse around
pinging,
it? I'm
then
seeing
they're going to be able to
Martin feels
flood
that
them
timing.
all the way out.
Does he
Sorry,
feel
force
the
them all
timing
the
on
way
this
out.
one?
Okay,
This is
early
the
ult
lockdown
comes
coming
in,
to
so
boot
it
this
doesn't change too
everything. The
much.
kitchen
Oh,
sink,
this is it.
Alpha,
Yeah,
the
this is the
slip
ult.
down
This is the
towards
one where they
side
have
one.
to
Oh my God,
get
he got
outside a
caught.
tree.
Shin's gonna find
Kind
Alpha.
of like this.
Magnum gonna catch Chronicle, and now there's problems.
And they
Monster
got to
can't
they
get
got
away
to
with
go
this.
out of there.
He's been caught.
Boaster went for a hero play, and they're too far away.
Leo, what are you going to do here?
Few of them get
What can
tanked.
you do about this one? There's nothing to be done. That snowball round is deadly for a reason, and Leo going to have to do the
Nicely
unthinkable.
done from
It's not gonna
K-Corp. The
happen.
timing of
KC
Magnum's ult was so
invests
good.
a lot, but they
And
get
then
the
also
round
respect
with
to,
3 standing.
Yeah, and they reacted
Tamazi
really well
again,
because
just sticking in
Alpha
the
goes
ult,
into
just
the
wanting
site
to keep
put
his
that
ult up.
lockdown in, because
Just
it's the only
realised
thing
that was the
can
big win
force
condition.
Tomazi out
Also
of the game, 'cause
takes
that
them a
is
longer
so
time to
far
actually
back
like find
that
him.
It actually was disgustingly good. The problem is
Man,
that
I'm so
Boaster
impressed with
tries to run
Tomazi
in and
right
just
now.
gets caught, and that's the changing part of the round is they were just a little bit too late destroying the lockdown. He gets detained, and the other 2 players have had to fall back in the meantime. Otherwise, they're going to lose the round completely. But KC,
There's
they
a
fell
lot of
back all
ults
the
there.
way out,
Fnatic went
kept
for the
hit
ult that
up.
I was
Tomazi
talking about, but
willing
the
to take that risk.
counter
It
Killjoy
ends
ult
up
from
working out
Magnum
for
is
them,
just
and that's the
everything.
thing. He has been someone who we've seen gamble throughout rounds, but every single time in a way that is just successful for his team.
And I like this timeout from KC. Now, that round felt like again, yes, it was a snowball one. It was off the back of a great deal of ults. They haven't been having that traditional success, obviously, that they had on the first half. Way scrappier. Fnatic way better in form. So maybe just a touch base, try and give them that last communication to close out this game for themselves. Because again, Fnatic's buy isn't perfect, but they're still at the point of being very operational. It's not enough that you haven't broken them completely. So in my mind, you're looking at this, whatever this last command coming out from the coach of KC is, it better be a good one. Because they still, those final rounds are some of the hardest, and Fnatic will fight you to the very end. There is not a moment where they
I mean,
go,
they can end this. This is a good timeout. You can pretty much end this now. We've got these guys that can't buy. I mean, this as well.
So let's keep that in context here. This is only 3 rounds that KC have
2-4?
managed on
Nah,
this
can
half.
buy.
Fnatic have been far more in control now.
This is going to be difficult now because
They
you've
have
got
the ult
Viper's
diff.
Pit. That's going to sort of
Do they just want to wait to see where the Viper ult is and then just Odin, Omen ult behind it?
Boaster, who has an Odin. You're not going to be expecting that when the Viper's Pit is on the other side.
I wonder if they're going to be happy with that.
Using
They have an Omen ult, which can create so much pressure on this.
Odin to spam through the walls. Question is, if they try and pressure through this, they do have Nightfall. That's the one sort of counter that
Yeah,
could
it's like
cause
the one
issues
thing that's really
for
good.
Chronicle, but again,
Yeah,
it is
and they have
Chronicle.
no
It's
idea that
still
the
been having a
Killjoy
great
Killjoy alarm bot is
I
inside.
rarely
So
doubt
that's the one that's giving them
There's
full
a couple
info.
players that
So
you
it's
just
alarm
think
bot for alarm
solid
bot,
as a
but they
rock,
take
and he is
that. Like
one of
they know they're never
absolute
pushing,
backbone
which
of a
means they
team
can
at
keep
times.
stronger over towards B. So
KC didn't like
Fnatic
what they
kind of
saw
win
there.
out that a little
Pop a
bit.
little bit of utility down from Magnum to keep check. At least he did for a second.
Boaster
Now
gets his
exploring
own
the other
Odin
side of
out.
the map. Opting away on the Viper's Pit. Maybe looking to add a little pressure through B late, but we can see that Durka is keeping tabs on this too. KC not feeling too much resistance yet. They've gone pretty deep, so it does make you wonder what's going to be going on here.
Fade ult
And
goes
that's
in.
what Boaster, you got to
Yeah,
do well here. This is a
that's
lot
pretty
of pressure
scary
on
once you hear
Leo
that shooting.
isn't quite connected until he dips back
Oh,
further.
the
Tomasi
late
outdoes
push
him.
round.
And now that's
Wait for his
side
team to
open.
make a lot of
Leo
pressure, and
set
then
towards
last
CT,
second
can't
goes
do
through the
much to
door,
dissuade
through
this
the
now.
wall.
The whole play
Mate.
around Boaster getting something.
Tamazi is
They don't have
insane
any ults
right
even
now.
remotely close to being online, and
That's
this
safe in my
retake,
mind,
it doesn't look like a great spot, but at the same time, look how far down they are in the score. They kind of have to do something.
There we go. They're making a go of it. And
Damn,
Martin
dude.
could not care less. Gorgeous connection. I'm pulling the plug on this round. They're still testing the waters here. Chronicle. Alpha.
Oh,
This guy. Absolute
Oh my
animal.
goodness.
I just don't know what to make
Holy.
of some of these players. KC up to 12.
Can they hold their nerve?
Look, we said it at the
Dude.
start, any given Sunday, there's something in the air. You know, we've already had one
They
upset today,
haven't
right?
won-
You
they haven't
call
won a
the first game
pistol.
an upset.
They haven't won a
Maybe
pistol.
that's 60-40%, maybe even 70-30 if you're going really
I just
far.
can't believe it.
But for KC to beat Fnatic here,
They're annihilating them on the
So
buy runs.
They've gambled an ult. They spent everything they have, and it's an Andaluthia flawless
Yeah.
for them to get to 12. Like, this is not a team scraping by. I think that's been the most exciting thing. There you go.
this means the world
Three.
to them. This is, you know, it's not the ticket yet to Madrid, but it's getting you, you know, you can see the plane, you can see Spain not that far away. You're getting close. You're doing it against Fnatic.
Wow, they
The
go
audacity
fast.
almost to do it. And again,
That Molly doesn't hit the
they
corner.
test, they tempt, but it's Alpha.
3
Is this
attempts
where
to
it
close it
stops?
out.
It's all
Chronicles
on
had
the
enough.
side. Big boys there
Okay,
have
they
it,
probably
no
need to
matter
chill
what
though. They went pretty
KC are
fast.
trying to
They don't
sell
have a
today.
timeout though, which is going to be
Down to
interesting. They got to
Mati
do it on their
Shin.
own.
This is a brutal round to try and convert Alpha.
Spike planted.
Connects in the end, leaving just Shin. Not looking likely, but a great shot to start.
Oh.
Boaster's there, safe pair of hands in the end. Fnatic answer back, it's 10.
Damn, dude.
Not going down without a fight here.
No, never. Like, that's the thing that KC have to realize is they can have a pause, they can give a moment to their coach to talk them through, come up with a plan, come up with an idea, but
Enemy remaining.
the second this comes close, the second there's an opportunity, that's when Fnatic strike. And
Okay,
for
2
now,
chances.
not going to do too much damage to the
2
economy. Like, that's the
chances.
main thing. The worry, though, is that KC are very far away from having the majority of ults. Okay, from the shadows,
Yeah, I
not a
mean,
great
I mean,
deal.
they're gonna have
Showstopper a couple
Raze.
away. Everything else, probably not going to be coming up. And on the other side of things, Showstopper's close. Again, similarly, the ults aren't there.
There's no wrong
And
there.
that was where Fnatic were really thriving in a lot of these rounds.
Go again. I'm nervous. I'm watching this like I'm a viewer, but careful now. That spike's in hand, and look at Boaster's
I mean, you
position.
heard him though,
I
right?
haven't seen this yet, but Shin
Yeah,
goes
they're
down
taking
here and
some
without a fight,
risks.
Leo isolates him, not letting that.
Whoa.
They had no idea they crept
Oh,
up.
they
Boaster
saw him.
haven't called it back, So still, this is a messy round.
Oh,
And
boy.
that's a problem.
Big 3-on-3.
keeps them with at least a touch of a player-to-player
Who did they take down?
number
Smoke
that's
and
in
Jordan?
check. It's 3-3 on both sides. They've got the spike back. They've got a potential towards the A site. Leo, the backbone at times. The Iceman himself pressured. Oh, he's going to be good for one, but he needed a little more here. 2v2 here. Chronicle still shoulder check. Tomasi creeping closer.
Bro, Tomasi, man. Tomasi. He's a god.
Himself. Can he keep Fnatic in this map? Or is truly the unthinkable happening here on map 1? 1v2. Time. The backing track to Alpha's chance. Spike ticking away. He slipped ahead of that. Not going to be revealed. You can see the util though.
Jesus.
Does he get a touch?
Got one more molly after that.
For the swing, the look, he takes down one, he dips away, this could be a masterclass.
Oh my, dude, Tomasi to close it out. An absolute god. 13-10, no pistols. That's a statement. That is a statement.
Tomasi again, like he has been